Just give time for the audience to build. How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great Monday. I know some of you are just getting in, getting settled. I want to come on a little later tonight so I can have your undivided attention, hopefully. And hopefully you'll hear something I have to say that will help you. But when it's time to let go is the subject tonight. It's time to let go. And so let me set up my pad here and hope I can see some people tonight. But how you doing, everybody? How was your Monday? Hope you had a great night, great day so far and a great night. Hopefully you are turning it in. I know you may say, well, wow, it was a long day. But for myself and Rebecca, we had a blast today, got out and had some family time, or should I say some couple time. Got out and just enjoyed the day shopping for the dogs. We have 2 puppies, so it was Hardy's day to get some stuff. So welcome tonight. If you will, share this broadcast. It's time to let go. And I want to talk to relationships tonight. I want to speak directly to those who are struggling and still holding on by a thread. And it's really time to let go. It's really time to say, deuces. That's the 2. It's time to let go. And so I want to talk to you tonight. I'm not going to be long. Just really feel that somebody needs to hear this. I was going to say another subject tonight, and right as I was getting ready to hit the start button, this is what came into my spirit. It's time to let go. So, 37 years in ministry, I have seen a lot of things, have experienced, divorce myself, breakups. I coach and I have therapy for couples. I do couples premarital counseling. And I do it for the reason of making sure that it's compatible, that, getting married is something that's in the cards for both of you, and not one person is dragging someone else and the other person is kicking and screaming because they really are not invested. But I want to focus tonight about those of you who are holding on to something that has already let go of you. You're holding on because you don't want it to be another breakup. You're holding on because you don't want it to seem as though, she got the best of you as men, because, a lot of men don't want to let go because you say, you know what, she's a good girl. And, but is she really good? Is he really good? And so I want you to talk to me tonight. It's going to be a very interesting subject. It's time to let go. And I feel like somebody tonight really needs to hear me. I was a person that I believe in love. I believe in matrimony. I believe in settling down with someone who is your purpose partner. And having experienced divorce over the course of my life, I am guilty and have been guilty of holding on too long, holding on to something, believing that God was going to come in at the 11th hour and fix it, right? But the reality was it was over. And one of the hardest things to accept, and I don't know who needs to hear this tonight, but one of the hardest things to accept is when it's over. When it's over and you got to go through either the divorce, or it's over and you got to do the breakup. You may have been living together. Now somebody's got to find a place to live. You may have things that you bought together. So now you got to disperse of it and equally divide it. It's not easy because a lot of times people look at what they've accumulated and they base staying on the accumulation versus what's happening really in their heart, rather than saying, am I being treated? Am I being loved? Somebody tonight, and I'm just going to, just say as I feel, but somebody's been making excuses for why you're being treated badly. They had a bad day. They've had a rough life. They've experienced trauma, and they really need somebody that's going to stick in there with them and love them through the hard times. Okay. If you want to believe that, you go ahead. If you want to keep making excuses for their actions, they're never accountable. They're always gone. They're always somewhere they shouldn't be. They talk to you like you're nothing. They treat you like crap. They spit on you until you go to hell and you're like, no, don't talk to me like that. Or if you're a guy, how dare you? I'm a man. See, being a man has nothing to do with your penis. Being a man or a woman has to do with you basically having boundaries and healthy boundaries to protect the greatest asset in a relationship, you. Tonight, somebody is allowing yourself to be talked down to like you're nothing. You're allowing somebody to use you like a doormat, and then whenever you get ready to leave or you're out, I'm gonna do right, I'm gonna act right, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna do the right thing, I'm gonna get better. They're only getting better because you have threatened to leave. But I want to ask somebody a question tonight. Are they really getting better? I'll wait. Are they really getting better? Are you seeing a true turnaround in their character? Because you can't get better without getting help. Because what I've come to learn is this. There are some people who understand they need help. They've gone through childhood trauma. They've never gotten help growing up. They've never gone to therapy or counseling, and they get into a relationship. And a lot of men are guilty of this, because I was. Men heal through the next woman. Oh, can somebody say amen? A man heals through the next woman. His therapy is another woman that's better than the one he had, right? Because, I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna get me somebody on my level because you couldn't appreciate me. But the reality is, brothers are broken. Men are broken, and they're not going to therapy. They're not getting healed. They're not taking the time to acknowledge their hurt. This is not going to be one of those great things, because, to acknowledge your hurt means I got to acknowledge that woman hurt me. And there's a lot of men that are watching me. There's a lot of men that are spewing venom out at other women because they're hurt. The toxicity of their hurt is coming through their words and their actions. My wife, and I've been a gentleman to her. Being a gentleman is an extinct, thing today. I want to call it an extinct species, a gentleman. A gentleman is I watch men when we go out. He leaves his woman behind. He gets in the car and waits for her to walk around. When they go into a restaurant, he goes in first and she comes behind him and hits the door like that's some manly thing. No, a gentleman, men, will go around and open the door for his woman, make sure she's in the car, close the door, then walk around and get in. It's not an old thing. It still happens. I do it every time for my wife. Make sure that pull the chair off, she sits down. Make sure that she is taken care of, because when you love something, you take care of it, right? Gas is always in the car. Cars are always washed. Things are always done because I make sure I take care of what's mine. I've always been this way. But here's the thing. If you do it to someone who doesn't appreciate it, it becomes expected. Anybody hear that? And if somebody expects you to do something, they lose the appreciation for it. Oh, you didn't get my door, but the times I did you say thank you? Oh, you didn't pull my chair out, but when I did you say thank you, baby? Or did you just, did you just expect me to serve you, but you didn't serve back? I'm talking to somebody today. It's time to let go of giving to something and not getting it back. Teddy Pendergrass says it's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. See, when someone loves you back and they reciprocate the love you give, all right, we're talking not 50-50. We're not talking 60-40, but 100% here. I'm not going to give 50, you get 50. I'm going to give 100, and I want you to give 100. So let's have 200%. You feel me tonight? A lot of men, I want to talk to you men, this lost gentleman, this extinct, it's extinct now. It's almost like dinosaurs, seeing gentlemen that, love your woman. Let me tell you what a man will sometimes, and I'm not going to step out there for a second. Some men, when they see another man giving his woman attention, try to be all holding in tight and sending this signal like, get off my woman. But women are looking at us men to make sure we're not just doing it as a scene, but it's a lifestyle. I wish somebody would talk to me tonight. It's a lifestyle. And so it's time to let go of that which has let go of you. If you're serving and loving someone and serving them your love and they're not giving it back, but they're taking advantage of it, they're taking it for granted, they're looking at it as though it's what you're supposed to do because I'm worthy of it. Well, doggone it, I'm worthy of it too. You have to demand what you give. Now, here's the thing. If you got a demand to the point where it becomes like pulling teeth, then baby, that ain't the one for you, because somebody that really loves you will have no problem catering to you. Beyonce said, let me cater to you. Anybody tonight ready to be catered to? Men and women. It's not just men cater to women. It's women cater to men. It's equal. You cater to each other. But it's time to let go when you're with someone who is taking advantage of you, not respecting you, not appreciating you, and they don't cherish you. It's not, for me, I had to come to the understanding that a lot of people were holding on to imagination of the relationship while not accepting the reality of the relationship. The imagination of our minds have said he's wonderful, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, she's all that. He's a best thing since this, that, and the other. He's so wonderful, he loves me, he protects me. But the reality is he's knocking the hell out of you every night with his words, maybe not with his hands. If you got to lay down in the bed at night and turn your back and cry on the pillow because you're not being held, something's wrong. It's time to let go. Because a lot of you are waiting on God to bless what you have. And God is saying, I have something greater for you when you let this go. It's time to let go. It's time to let go. Throw up the deuces and say, you know what? It's going to hurt, but I'm going to be all right. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to get through this. Who am I talking to tonight? It's going to hurt, but I'm going to live. You know, if you really love someone and you break up, there's going to be residue. There's going to be residual residue there of the relationship. And that's why it's so important to get therapy. That's why it's so important to heal. Because if you don't deal with the residue, the residual residue of that past relationship, you're going to carry it into the next relationship. And some woman or man who's not even deserving of that foolishness is going to receive it and try to love you through it because they love you, see the potential. But tonight, ladies, don't date potential. Tonight, men, don't fall in love with potential. Fall in love with reality. Cars look good, true enough. But if the motor is no good, it's just a car that looks good. And the motor in people's lives are their hearts. And what will happen if you date long enough, if you truly be authentic and really get to know people, there's some signs, and I know who I'm talking to. I think I hear this so and see it so clearly. There's some signs you've been seeing that you're trying to turn a blind eye to because you don't want to accept that it's another one I got to move away from. So I'll date knowing it's damaged. I'll date knowing I'm settling. I'll date knowing that I don't want to go out here and try to, get to learn somebody. So I'll just take what I got and I'll work with that. Well, if you make that decision, you can't complain. If you make that decision, you can't get mad when it doesn't treat you right because you chose to settle. Tonight, I challenge those of you that are in relationships, either say to them, listen, we got to get some counseling. We got to get some therapy. We got to get some help for our relationship, or we're not going to have a relationship. And if he says, I don't need counseling, I'm good, or she says it, then you already know right out the gate something's wrong. That's not going to work because there's problems. And you don't fix problems by throwing sand over. You don't fix problems by putting your head in the sand or putting dirt over it like it doesn't exist or putting it in a corner behind something. No, the way you deal with problems is you hit it head on. You call out the elephant in the room. You say what you mean and mean what you say. You say to the other person, I'm struggling with this relationship. There's something that ain't quite, I'm giving. And listen, Rebecca and I we will have moments where we have hard conversations, guys. When you love someone, you have hard conversations. And if you're truly both on the same path of wanting to be pleasers to each other, you listen to what your partner has to say versus be defensive. Because here's the thing. A person's only going to say something so long before they stop talking. And when they stop talking, in the words of R. Kelly, when a woman's fed up, and I don't care about R. Kelly that much, but he said it right in this song. When a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. That's all I'm going to say about R. Kelly. But guys, I want you to truly understand it's time to let go. It's time to release that released you. It's time to let go of past situations. It's time to let go of excuses. It's time to let go of praying that God will fix it, when sometimes God fix it by sending you to divorce court. I'm just keeping it real. God fix it by breaking it up. Because here's the thing. If you keep trying to put band-aids or duct tape on something that's broken, until you fix what's broken, it's going to just be covered up with something hiding the brokenness. And many people are putting on dresses and suits and hats and they're putting on their attire and they look glammed up now, but they didn't do work on the inside. And it's the inside that reveals what's truly your authentic person. And if you're really hurt, and tonight I'm talking to those of you that need to do the work, you're in the couples, you need couple counseling, come see me. I have coaches, I have what they call life and love coach therapy, counsel therapy for couples therapy. You need to come talk to me. You and your woman or you and your man need to say, hey, we're going to sit down and we're going to put some therapy into this relationship, because I'm going to say something to you. Drive a car and never take it to get it serviced and watch what happens. A relationship is like a car. It has to get regular checkups. It has to get the oil change. It has to get the tires changed. It has to have accountability and look at it as it gets miles, or what'll happen is you'll get used to driving the car with the red light on, called service. When the light comes on your car, it's telling you something is wrong. And the light has been on some of your relationships and you have yet to pull in and get it checked. You're too busy saying, oh, that's just how he is, that's just what she's about. When the reality is that light is on, and what happens when a light comes on a car, one problem leads to another, and it leads to another, to where the car breaks down. And the guy says, if you had come in the first time, it was a simple fix, but because you did not, now it's costly. The same in your relationship. If you don't come in and get the therapy that's needed, the couple therapy that's needed, what's going to happen is this. Those red lights that are going on in your, the flashing lights that are going on in the relationship are going to eventually break it down. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when you do go get therapy, it's one hurt too late. So I encourage you tonight, get help. But for some situations, it's time to let go. It's time to say, I tried. Even acknowledge if you made a mistake. It's time to let go. All right, guys. So want to hear what you got to say? Write me in the comment section. Want to hear what you think about this? What's your 2 cents on it? And if I'm speaking to you, inbox me and say, Kerry, you hit it on the head, because I've been trying to make something work that has not worked in a long time. I saw little spurts of stuff, right? But the reality is, it was not going to work in the first place. It was never supposed to be. So, take care, guys. See you tomorrow night. Bye-bye now.